What's up, YouTube world? What's up, TikTok? How's it going? How's it going? We are just getting started today. Basically, the way that this works is that I answer as many of your camera questions as possible. Feel free to ask me any question that you'd like about buying your first camera, buying an existing camera, or if you're debating between a couple of different cameras, I'm happy to take a look at the cameras that you're considering and help you make a decision. I'm going to be putting up a poll over on YouTube. Let me actually see what kind of polls are a good idea here. What kind of poll should I create now? Create for my live. What's up, Casper? For my live. That's a good question. What is your camera budget? What up, Casper? What up? What is your... Just the OBS virtual camera today? Oh, shit. My bad. That's too funny. I was like, what's going on? Shit. Thanks for the heads up, bro. You get a gold star. God damn it. First viewer. What is your camera budget? I think that's a good question, right? Or is that too intrusive? What is your camera budget? Let me see. Under 1K. 1K. Let's do a dollar sign. We'll do 2,000. 2,000, and then we'll do plus 4,000. No, plus 3,000. Plus 3,000. Start poll. There we go. Just the OBS. What camera should I buy in the $1,200? Depends on what you want to do, Medar. Depends on what you want to do, buddy. What are you trying to do with it? No worries, man. ZVE 10 with a solid prime is fire. Yeah, for sure. I like the ZVE 10 too. I wouldn't tell anybody to buy a ZVE 10-1, truthfully. I've decided on getting the R5 Mark II upgraded from the Canon. Sick! That's fire, dude. That's a big boy upgrade, Sheku. What's the best lens for the Canon R50V? Oh, thanks for asking. What a great question. Best lens for the... Actually, this is true for any crop sensor camera, is these Sigma lenses, guys, especially the R50V. Right now, I'm using 3 Sigma lenses, 3 of these lenses. You're watching me currently on a R50 with a 16mm prime. On the R10 over here, I'm on a 23mm prime. And then up here, I have a R50V with an 18-50. And this lens is really great. It's a top-down shot that lets you like really zoom into to products and stuff. And I have this set up so I can show you guys things on my desk. Andrew B, what up? I went to the Sony Alpha event today, and I just want to say Sony is the best camera line ever. That's a lie, Andrew B. That's a lie. That's how they trick you. I went to the Canon event one time, and then I felt like the Canon was the best camera line ever. Yo, is the Canon M50 Mark II good for videography? No, it's good. It's good though. It'll be fine. Thoughts on the Fujifilm? I like Fujifilm, dude. Fujifilm is sick. Wow, that is Sigma? Yeah, Sigma's great, dude. And what lens was that? Which one edits? Chino. Yo, is the Canon M50 good for videography? It's all right. It'll be fine. Thoughts on the Fuji? YouTube. Hello, YouTube. 3 viewers over on the YouTube side. How are you? Sci photographer. I just saved up and got my dream camera. Sick. What was your dream camera, bro? Is the Canon R8 plus the 24 to 70 EF good enough for grad shots? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's a nice lens. The R10 looks so good. Yeah, I tried a little bit of a different color today. I'm hoping that that people like it. I'm doing like this orange kind of color with the orange window shade over here. My nose is running, guys. I gotta blow my nose. I don't want you to see me. I'm nervous. My nose is running for some reason. Very zen. Ooh, yeah, very zen. I got the Canon R6 Mark II. Sick, bro. A7 IV is better than the new A7 V? No, definitely not. What lens should I buy with the Sony A6 6100? A Sigma lens, for sure. Bam, for street photography, should you opt for a prime or a zoom lens? It depends on your style, bro. Kurt Ashley Magno. Kurtash. At first I thought that was like Kermertash, like from the Avenger movies or the Marvel movies. Hermitage. Or what was that place where they went? Where he went to become Doctor Strange? Kumash? Something like that. I can say, Kurt Ashley, that for my street photography, when I do street photography, I mix it up, bro. For real. I mix it up. I was trying to think of all the times I've gone, which is a lot. Sometimes I bring a prime, sometimes I bring a zoom. You know, I don't bring a lot of lenses though. With a 24 to 105 f4, 70 to 200 f4, and 150 650 mm, all my lenses. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, you're set, bro. That R6 Mark II is primo, man. Is the Fujifilm X-T50 good? Yes, 100%. Fujifilm X-T5 good for professional photographer? It's a good camera, yeah. The X-T5 is nice. Pink girly pop colors are still my favorite though, but the change is still nice. Oh yeah. Sometimes I do blue, cyan, and pink and stuff, and those work. Those work as well. Tamron 20. Oh yeah, it's amazing. What do you recommend for a 64 for soccer photos? Probably a 70 to 180. A 70 to 180 from Tamron. This is a minimum that I would get. This is like if you're on a budget. Crazy Cousin is back. Who's Crazy Cousin? I don't know who that is. I think my thing is blocking people out, which is cool. I used the 70 to 200 for soccer photos. I had an APS-C sensor at the time. Saw your stream by chance. Keep on being awesome. Have a nice day. Thanks, Jank. Appreciate it. Which focal length you always use for streets, brother? Brother. I like a 35. I like a 35. What do you think about Fujifilm XS20 and the Sigma 18 to 50? I like it, Ramsey. I like it a lot. Am I crazy for debating to get a Lux 8 because I don't get myself hands? A Lux 8? What's a Lux 8? Is that like a like one of those wide cameras? Oh, it's a Leica. No, dude, if you want a Leica, buy yourself a Leica, bro. Yeah, if you like Leica, get yourself a Leica, man. I'll never try to talk anybody out of getting a Leica. A7S3 currently looking to upgrade something next step up. I'd like OpenGate, but it's rare Sony. Yeah, get an R6 Mark III, dude. Or a Lumix, bro. Lumix is nice. Yeah, Lumix is definitely nice. I'm in line for a movie screen. Sick, bro. What are you watching? What's out? Yeah, what is out? Are you able to edit my photos? No. I don't do free reviews anymore, edits. Where can I find the Bolex H6? I have no idea. H16, I have no idea. Best camera lens for plane spotting for under 1,000. Maybe this one, the Tamron. It's a little over 1,000, but this one might be nice. But I have 3 G Masters and I don't want to use an adapter. Well, I mean, Boomin, you got to give something up, man. Do you know of any Sony cameras, Boomin, that have OpenGate, bro? $6,700 is good. Yes. Oh, Supergirl movie. Nice. Nice. Oh, that's where they debut what's his face as Lobo, right? That's gonna be kind of cool. I hate when they have crossover characters with the same actor, but whatevs. He looks good as Lobo. He looked good as Aquaman though. All my lenses are RF Canon. Should I look at Sigma or Tamron? Sigma for sure. Edits. For super budget 50mm, which should I buy? Yangno or TT Artisan? Either. Yeah, either for sure. Either for sure. Thank you for the roses, Smurf. So Smurf just sent me 70 roses. Thank you, Smurf. God bless you, Smurf, whoever you are, sir. This autocorrect is killing me. That's funny. When did you ever need to the heart me? Thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. John Elson. Good to see you back, brother. Brother. YouTube land. What are you guys up to over there, man? Over here we have a poll on YouTube. I'm asking you guys over in TikTok land. What is your budget for a new camera? Like, what kind of budgets do you guys have? Is it under 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, or $3,000 plus? So far, we got 4 votes, and people are at 1,000 and under 1,000, and only one person is at 2,000. For the people that voted for 2000, what camera are you looking at? What camera specifically are you looking at? Because 2000 to me is really like around 750 to 800 is really when the like camera world opens up to you, and like you have a good amount of options. Right under, you know, 800 to 1000, you have a lot of options in my opinion. Under that, you are really limited in anything that I would personally recommend. 1200, Sean Elson. Yeah, I've learned a lot about photography and just the Canon R6 Mark II around 2K on sale. Yeah, the R6 Mark II is 2000. Yep, $2,000. That's right. That's a great camera too. Renzo, what up, Renzo? You got the A1? I don't have the A1. Here comes Renzo, everybody. Renzo's back in the chat. Window shopper. I don't have an A1, buddy. That's a crazy one. That's a crazy camera to own. I want to get into plane photography. Sick. What should I buy for camera and lens? The camera doesn't really matter too much. It's more about the lens. You need something with like really, really long reach, like a 100 to 500 millimeter, something like that. I want to use Canon R6D Mark IV. Sick, bro. You should buy one. I have a 6400 with a 70-350 f4 6.3. Okay. Which budget Canon camera can take sharp and nice photos? All of them. All of them can. And what's your budget, Daniel? 5D Mark IV. That makes more sense. Goofy, I just buy a Canon Rebel 6T, start my journey tomorrow. Sick! Starting your journey tomorrow. Congratulations, buddy. You fucking did it, kid. You fucking did it. What kind of cameras do you have? I have a lot of Canon cameras. A lot of Canon cameras. I actually have a list of all the cameras that I own. Right here. Everything that I own, guys, is in my link in bio. If you guys are interested in the things that I purchase, the things that I own, and things that I use for my full-time job as a content creator. If you're on TikTok, you'll find all this in my link in bio. If you're in the YouTubes, you can find it in the first link in the description. So these are all the cameras that I own, and I think I still own more than these, but this gives you a good idea of all the cameras that I've ever bought and own to this day. My most recommended camera of all time, and probably will be for the remainder of 2026, is the Canon R6. This camera is a monster, dude. It's a little beast. I remember starting on a T7. R10 or R50? R10 is a better camera. R50 good enough? Hell yeah, dude. I'll check it out sometime. What do you think better? I want to upgrade 7D or 6D. I don't know. I don't really look at the Canon D camera series that much. R10 or R50? The R10, Renzo. You know the answers to these questions, Renzo. You already know. I think you've already asked that. You should start writing these down, Renzo. Renzo, every day, I appreciate you, buddy. You come in here and you ask the same questions just to make sure that, just to reinforce your own beliefs, man. Do you know what the Leica D Lux 8 is? Somebody was just asking about that. Actually. It didn't look too expensive. I just brought it up right here. Lux 8, right? Is this new or something, or is this like an old camera? I don't know nothing about Leicas though. I'm too poor to know shit about Leicas. It's like the cheapest Leica I've ever seen. Is this like a poor man's Leica? That's why I asked if you know what it is. I got to head out later, bro. I've got a Nikon D5300 with a 7200, but my images recently have become not as good quality. Huh, interesting. Relatively new camera. It's expensive only because of brand. Yeah, I figured. It seems like a poor. That's not expensive. That's cheap for Leica. You know what I mean? What is a good from YouTube comment? What is a good sport photography? Canon R50 setup for budget, body part of the budget. For sport photography, the R50 alone already costs like 600 bucks, right? How much is the R50? So that means that you only have like $400. Yeah, the R50 body only is already $700. So that means you have $300 for the lens. At that point, bro, I would just probably buy the kit lens. I would probably just buy this, and just to get you started, because you're not get anything decent for $300. You know what I mean? And this already includes a 55 to 210. These lenses right here, by the way, they're awful, but they're included with the price. So I would just get this. I would just get this to get you started, you know? You meant 2000? Oh, 2000 you have some options now. A little bit of options. No lens, that's still about $700. And then a lens that I would probably do is I'd probably get some EF lenses, because now you have $1,300, and that's still, believe it or not, that's still not a lot of money. For a I would get a, do they have this in EF? No, they don't. If they had this in EF, this would be nice. What's a 70 to 200 EF? How much does that cost? You might be able to get it in the Mark 1 version. Oh, boom, look at this. Close. Oh, here we go. Here's a good used price. So I would get this, and then I'd buy a EF to RF adapter. And boom, you're right around $2,000 for this. There you go, buddy. That was easy. Look at that. Buy a Hasselblad. I used to have a Sony 6400 for streaming. What's a cheaper camera I can get for streaming? R50V, Smiley. Generational debt. For Canon C500 is probably the best deal. I don't know. Smiley, not much without sacrifice. No, the R50 is plenty of camera, dude. The R50V right here, plenty of camera, 600 bucks. The 6400 is $1,000, dude. R50V right here. This camera. If you guys are on TikTok, you can find this my Amazon storefront in the link in bio right here. And if you're on the YouTube world, it's the first link in the description. I would not get the ZVE10. I would leave the ZVE10 out of the equation. The R50V is way better. Anton, I'm planning to get a 24 to 105 f4G master. Would you say there's a better lens? There are better lenses. 24 to 105 f4 is nice though. Will, I got you, bro. Brother. What's your opinion on an R5 versus a A7S III? They cost about the same, right? I don't know, man. Depends if you want to go with like Sony, you know, or Canon. I'd probably go with the A7S III. What are you doing with it? Flicks by J Hall. I had to sell the 6400. I had to sell it hard times. Are you in better times now, Smiley? Is that why your username is Smiley? Was your username before Frowny when you were on hard times? That would make sense. Do I have any sad music here? Charlie Bonadillo. 24 to Sigma works. Yep. I did the same thing with my ZV-10 coming back. I plan to get a Lumix. Ooh, Life of James. That's a great. The Lumix S5 II, bro. I keep looking at that camera, man. It looks nice. Lumix S5 II. I have a R50. This small cam. So yeah, it's very good. I'm using it right now. Was that funny, Julia? I use a Sony 64. Sick. I have to buy a good glass after. No, I'm honestly just keeping options up. I get it, bro. Yeah, I get it. No, the R50V, man, I'm never gonna stop recommending this fucking camera, dude. For $600, bro, you get this plus one of these other lenses that I recommend. Again, I'm using these cameras right now. Like, I'm literally using them right now. This is a R50 right here, another $600 camera. This is an R10 right here. This is $1,000. And then I'm using the R50V here. And I have two of those R50s. This is my other little R50 that I have, that I was just kind of playing around with the other day. This camera is a little beast, dude. You cannot get better than this guy right here. This is it. She's a little small, but she's a little tank, dude. I had a good day today, y'all. I had a good day today. Are you using the 18? I am. Yeah, the 18 to 50 on the Sigma. Yep. On the, I'm sorry, the 18 to 50 Sigma on the R50V. At a bigger budget. Yo, I want to photograph basketball. My budget is 150. What should I get? I don't mind used. You should use your cell phone. You should save your $150 and use your cell phone, bro. I need to know what's the best Sony. I need to know what's best. I have a Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. The ZV-E10 Mark II is nice, dude. Nikon ZR full facts, dude. The Nikon ZR is nice, guys. Nikon ZR is a nice camera, dude. Nikon ZR. This camera is nice. I didn't like the form factor of it, but I do like a lot of things about it, dude. It's a nice camera. Is it crazy to say that Sony's overrated? Sony's expensive, dude. Believe it or not. All right, so back to the poll over from YouTube land. Hello, YouTube. I got a poll going over here, guys. We got some more participation. And the poll question today is, what is your budget for the camera that you're thinking about buying? I got 4 options. I got under 1K, 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. Nobody says 3,000. Everybody's poor. 62% of you say under 1K, 25% of you say 1,000, and 12% say 2,000. Yeah. Under 1,000 is where, like, you know, I said earlier 800 to 1,000 is really the budget where things, you have a lot more options. You have a lot more options, and you get some skin in the game, you know. Sony is not overrated. He just likes what he likes. No, I think Sony's appropriately rated. Sony's appropriately rated for sure. Check out Harris Heller on YouTube. Harris Heller is great, man. Harris Heller is great. Andrew B, yeah, 150. I mean, 150 is a tough budget, bro. I'd rather you just not spend your money, dude. You know, just save your money until you get more money. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. B, besides autofocus and lenses, what does Sony have over other brands? Sony has name recognition, an incredible marketing budget. Their technology is really good, dude. I own one Sony, and I'm happy that I own one Sony, just so that I can kind of get it. If I buy another Sony, it'll definitely be one of the higher megapixel ones, like the A7CR. If I had unlimited money, a Sony that I would buy is probably the A9 or the A1. I'd get like way up there if I had unlimited funds, you know. Cheap double studio flashes, please. What are those? Double studio. 3,000. 3,000 is an excellent budget. Excellent budget. When you get to 3,000, that's when you're talking business, bro. That's when you're in business. What lens do you recommend for the R50 as a food photographer? Probably something with macro capability. That's a good question. Food photography. Maybe I'll change the poll question to what type of photography y'all do. Lens wise though, for food photography, I recommend either the 35mm here. This is a macro lens. Pop quiz. Does everybody know what a macro lens does? I'd get this one, and then I would get either one of this one, the 35 or the 85. If you could only have one, they cost relatively the same thing. Roughly the same price. If I could only have one, I think I would do the 35. I would do the 35. I own both of these lenses, by the way. And if you guys are curious and just popping in all of these links on YouTube, you can find it in the first link in the description. And on TikTok, you can find it in my link in bio right here. By the way, does everybody know where that is? Does everybody know how to find that? What is the meaning of G Master? G Master is Granddaddy Master. That's what it stands for. I just got my first camera, and it's the Lumix G87 with a micro four thirds lens. I'm loving it so far. Sick. Jay's Corner, what have you shot with it yet, bro? 3K plus. Okay, Derek. Okay, Derek, Mr. Big Money Bucks. Do I have a money thing? I don't think I have a money. That's a sound effect that I need to add. Add money sound effects. What should be the sound effects for money? Add SFX for money. I own the Hasselblad X2D. Nice. Good for you, Derek. Big bucks, Derek. Okay, Derek. What lens do you recommend for my R50, bro? For above 600 and maximum of 13, I'm using the Nifty 50. You can buy a lot of lenses for that, bro. Anything from the Sigma lineup, man. Just really depends on what you're shooting, you know? You know what? If you have that budget right there, I'd probably recommend this lens right here. The Sigma 17 to 40 f1.8. This is a fucking beautiful lens, man. Oh, macro can do close up. Exactly right. Something like a token sound, like yeah, like coins dropping. Yeah, that'd be cool. I want something that's like pop culture. That is like, I'll see if I can find one. By the way, guys, this is what voice mod looks like. Have you guys ever seen voice mod? This is voice mod, and then in here, all of the sound effects are. So let's see if we can type in money. That's not money. What's this one? Oh, these are voices. Hold on, my bad. Whoops. Oof. Sounds. Here we go. That was actually kind of good. I like that one, actually. I'm gonna add that one immediately. I don't think I can use it immediately for some reason. It takes a while for it to register. In my dreams. That's a good one. I'll add that one. It always takes a minute for it to load for whatever reason. Money. That's Mr. Krabs.
money, 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 money.
In my dreams.
Money, 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 money.
Looking like money, 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 money.
All right, we'll stop right there, guys. We'll stop right there. That was fun. That was fun. A7 III or R8 for something less in the price range, for good low light and moon photography. The R8 has really nice low light, bro. The R8 was really good in low light. I don't know about the A7 III. Don't know about the... What setup should I get? Did I miss that question? What setup should I get for a total of 1,200 to 1,500? What setup you should get for 12 to 1,500? What do you do in shots by V? Your message isn't coming up for some reason. Oh, there it is. Total of, I do sports and cars. Okay. A6700, bro. Yeah, the Sony A6700. But is RF lens cheap? RF lenses are not cheap. But you can get an adapter and use EF lenses. And the R8 and the A7 III are already pretty old well, not pretty old. The R8 I think is 3 years old. And the A7 III is older than that, I think. So they're already pretty dated. I need a total of 1,500 to be lens and camera base. Okay. Yeah, maybe the 6,400 if you're looking at Sony. 6,400 is about 1,000, so you'll have 500 bucks for a lens. Yeah, I don't really care about old. Yeah, but you said you wanted it to be good for the future, right? So the age of the camera already kind of implies that that's important. Why it's important about the age is because a new camera might be coming out for it. Obviously, the A7 III has the A7 IV and the A7 V already available. The R8 is the first camera of its generation. A7 III is 8 years old. Yeah, A7 III is still good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would probably say the A7 III for sure. It's probably more affordable. 8 years old is a lot. Wow. What lens do you recommend for clear quality? Most lenses have pretty clear quality, bro. If you buy the lenses that I recommend, they're all pretty good. This lens right here, the 18 to 50 f2.8 from Sigma. Just go grab a Canon 50D or a 5D Mark II DSLR, then splash on lens. Splash on a lens? What does that mean? Plus the A7 III has dual slots. Most people in that range, I think, don't really care about dual slots. They have no idea why that's good, you know? But it is, yeah, you're right. Okay, thank you. What are your thoughts on the AI technology? Will it unlock the camera and lens gap or enhance post-production? I think AI is going to only make things better, really. So both? Yeah, definitely both. For sure. Preston Rhodes. Bro, you look like you're in my living room. That's funny. That is funny. So I think the A7 III for the huge ecosystem. Yeah, that's why I recommend Sony. I think Sony just has cheaper lens options. That's pretty much it. Not always a better thing, but just more options. But because they have more lens options, their cameras are more expensive. AI is going to increase RAM prices. Too late, buddy. It already did, man. splash on the lens means spend most of the money on top tier lenses. Okay, that's not a common phrase that's used in the United States. Splurge on a lens, not splash on a lens. At least if we're talking about a US translation. Got a Canon 2000D with a 10 to 18, 18 to 55, 50 lens. Did I get a 35 millimeter for DT? Hell yeah, dude. 35 is nice. This whole setup is nice, bro. Appreciate it, Preston Rose. Appreciate you, buddy. Hey man, thoughts on a Tamron 20 to 40 f2.0 for travel or just Sigma Art 2? If you're looking for travel, dude, that 20 to 40 is nice because it's a lot smaller. But the 24 to 70 Art 2, that's nice, dude. The nice lens. How is the A7V? The A7V is great. So I'm probably gonna go to the R8. Yeah, if you're limited on a budget and don't care about the age of the camera, the A7 III, dude, it's gonna be a lot better than what you currently have. So you're gonna be good. Is it worth swapping my D800 for a D850? I have no idea, dude. I don't know nothing about Canon D cameras. Is the 18 to 50 lens compatible with the 6400? The 18 to 50 Sigma? This guy? Yes, it is. They sell it for the E-mount. Thanks, man. For travel storage, would you say external SSDs or external HDDs? Thanks again. I wouldn't travel with HDDs if I could help it. I would travel with SSDs. HDDs can like get damaged and shit, and you know, unless you have like a case around it or they're properly secure. But I wouldn't be walking around with an HDD. What do you recommend me as a beginner that's going to buy my first camera? Canon and lens R50. Canon R50, bro. That's the camera. Is the A7 IV still good? Fucking right it is, bro. Absolutely. Hey, I'm from SA. How can I get a Nikon 50mm? I don't know. I don't know where SA is. Appreciate it, broski. Appreciate it. Sean Elson. Appreciate the roses, Sean Elson. Not sure if you're still here. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. South Africa. Maybe. I don't know if South Africa's is abbreviated like that. I have no idea. Oh, South Africa. Look at that. I don't know, buddy. I've never been to South Africa. I'd imagine you'd buy it any way that you buy any other lens, you know, depends on if it's available. How close is R50's HDR PQ to C-Log? I wouldn't say it's C-Log, but if you really want C-Log for an R50, just get the R50V. Yeah, get the R50V. That's what I would do if you really want C-Log. The R50V is cheaper, guys. It's cheaper, man. I'm stuck between getting the A7 IV and the 5. Get the 5, bro. If you can afford the 5, get the 5. You will never regret buying the nicer camera. Yeah, you'll never regret buying the nicer camera. Let's see. Let's get another poll going. So 50% of the YouTube audience was under 1K. Okay. Not bad. Let's see. What's the next one? First camera. Is this your first camera? End poll. do another poll. Start a poll. Is this your first camera? Is this your first camera? Yes or no? Start poll. Let's see how many of you guys own cameras. Best lens for the Sony 67 for videos. Probably the 18 to 50. I like the 18 to 50 from Sigma. Have you ever tried color grading on HDR PQ, bro? I haven't tried it yet. I want to shoot my UNC truck. Do it, man. Just do it. Do you have a camera that does it? I shoot, when I shoot and I want to color grade, I shoot in C-Log. But if you have a camera that does it, just do it. Do it before you do your uncle's truck. Your UNC truck. A75 in my country is 38. Yeah. It's expensive here too. So which best online store to buy lens? I don't know anything about South Africa. I don't know what you guys have access to in terms of websites, because the websites that I would recommend, I'm not sure if they ship to South Africa, buddy. I feel like this is something that you could figure out on your own, man, or ask somebody that's in South Africa. You know what I mean? Should your TikTok shop have items in it? I'm saying you haven't added anything. I don't know how to add things to the TikTok shop. Because the TikTok shop that I have under my profile is for things that I like, my things, like digital products, or if I have clothing, you know, with like shirts and mugs and stuff. I was so close to getting the A7C2. Ooh, you should have got it. What'd you get instead? X Saint. What did you get instead? This has to be the best setup on TikTok. All right, Preston Rose. Appreciate it, man. Is there any global website that sell camera products? I don't know. I don't know. I'm in the United States, so my knowledge of websites and where they send out to is limited to United States. I don't even know about websites that are available in the UK, Europe. On YouTube, the poll that I got going right now is this your first camera? And we got one vote that said yes. What is the camera that you're looking at, you guys are looking at picking up over in the YouTube land? Like, what are you guys stuck between? Do you guys like Sony, Canon, Nikon, Lumix, Fuji? For Lumix and Nikon, they always have the least amount of votes. Do you not realize how crispy this is, bro? I do, man. I do. I spend a lot of time on this look, man. So I do appreciate the recognition. I've seen it's in my best interest to, if I'm going to be talking about cameras, video, and like stuff like that, is that I have like a clean image. This is what it looks like. I have two streams right now going. I have one going to TikTok, and then this one up here is going out to the YouTube land. And this camera right here is the R50 paired with a 16mm, and then this one right here is the Canon R10 with the 23mm. So it's important for me to have a good image. And I just recently started with this color grade. I used to do like a blue, but I do change it up based off of the time of the day. Typically in the morning I would do this, like the morning was like the sun was rising, and then at nighttime I would do like a blue. But I thought that I'd stick with this because I got some compliments earlier this morning as well, saying, hey, this is a clean color and it's super vibey, you know? So I decided to stick with it again. But these colors right here, guys, if you guys are curious, all of the things that I use for my lighting are all listed right here on my storefront. I literally have everything listed here. This light that's behind me, that orange light that you see way back there, you can see that orange light. That's a bicolor light that I have right here. It's this one right here. Zhiyun. And then the tube lights that I'm using, these tube lights right here, they're the K62 pack. That's this tube light right here. And I have another one that's like right here next to me. But I have 2 of these all set up. So I made this whole list so that you guys can literally copy the exact setup that I have. And is it a lot of money? I mean, if you buy everything all at once, of course, it's a lot of money. But I accrued all of this stuff over the course of years. Literally years. I decided to get the A7V over the 4 or the... You made the right choice, bro. The A7 IV is sick, man. We talking real cameras or vlogging cameras too? All cameras, dude. I believe B and 8 ships globally. I don't know. They might. I have no idea. I've never been global. Well, I mean, I've been overseas and stuff like that, but I've never asked for like cameras or ordered cameras over overseas. This angle here is it. The body on the A7C, but the A7 IV got me when I see the vids. A7 IV is better, bro. You did good. How you feel about the iPad Air with the M4 chip for editing? As long as it can run Lightroom Classic, I'm cool with it, bro. And as long as it can run like Premiere Pro or Apple's version, what is it, Final Cut 10? Thoughts on the R10 upgrade from the Rebel T7? R10 is sick, Lamar. The R10 is sick. I'm using one right meow. I found a red camera while dumpster diving. Sick. What is a red camera? Red is a brand. A camera brand. Did it work? If it didn't work, it'd still be cool to find though. Just to have it as like a paperweight, a desk toy, you know? More people have answered the poll. Thank you for participating in the poll, YouTube world. 67% of you say, no, this is not my first camera. Okay. What camera do you use to record your face cam? What do you mean? Yes, it's just roughed up. That's nice, man. My face cam? This right here, this camera right here, this is a Canon R10. Yeah, this is a Canon R10. Canon R10, I have it right here. This camera right here, guys. Canon R10. And probably this camera is overkill. I could swap it out for one of my other cameras, but I like the R10. I don't use the R10 for photography. I use it as a webcam, really. And the R50 as well. Look at this. I bought this camera in January 2025. So last year in 2025, I bought a lot of cameras last year. I had a good year, though. Had a good year. Yes, I had a good year. Clean up some of these things. Best lens for the R10 for portraits. I have a 50 and an 18 to 150. Lamar, I would probably get the 30mm Sigma or the 56mm Sigma, and you're set, buddy. The nifty 50 is nice for portraits, though. I mean, that's not bad. You already have a decent portrait lens. That 50 is nice. This is one thing that we get into as like creatives or like camera guys and like camera girlies, is that, and this isn't unique to men or women, because camera girlies are the same. They always want to buy another fucking camera. It's like, oh, if I only had this, if I only had that. They always think they're one camera or one lens away. Portfolio reviews? No portfolio reviews, Winston. I don't do free portfolio reviews anymore. Oh man, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Yeah, they're too time consuming, and I didn't like the the timing of it. Like, if I want to do a review of somebody's portfolio work, like their work that they're currently on, I want to give it a good fair shot, you know, fair shake. For the people joining over on YouTube, welcome in. The way this works is if you have any questions or if you're currently shopping for a camera, let me know what camera questions you may have, whether it's regarding lenses, camera gear, lighting. Just let me know, and we'll try to I'll try to work it out for you. Try to give you the best option for your unique situation. Shara Nicole, hola. How are you? Want to rate my pictures? I do not want to rate your pictures. Which one would be a better start photography as first camera? Fuji XM5, Canon R50, or Sony 6400? How much is the XM5? Let's take a look at that. I probably wouldn't use the 6400 because that one's expensive. Because again, Sony cameras are expensive, guys. You guys always think that Sony cameras are cheaper, but they're not, man. They're not. Oh, fuck. I hate when they don't include the prices. Woo, $1,000. Jesus. Oh, this comes with the lens. The R50 is $700. So the R50 is the cheapest one out of the three that you said. So there's that. Oops. What am I doing? Good, just cleaning the house and E2. Just here hanging out. Highly recommend the R50. Me too. I got my brother the Sony ZV-E2. Is it good for him? I don't know who your brother is. Is the Canon 5D3 good for beginner? Yeah, sure. ZV-E10 Mark II for the win. Hell yeah. ZV-E10 Mark II is nice, dude. I like the ZV-E10 too. I buy Canon R6 Mark III for first time. Now looking for lasers. Okay. XM5. Let's look at the XM5. Fujifilm XM5, and we'll add it to $899 with body only. And then we want to do the 6400, right? $1,000. And then we'll add the... It's crazy that the Sony is going to be the most expensive camera. But hey. Sony folks, you know, they can be brainwashed too. Let's look at these three cameras pound for pound, shall we? All right, so the Fuji has the most megapixels, 26 versus 24 and 24. Crop factor relatively the same across the board. Stills and video. The R50 so far is the only one that has a viewfinder. The Sony 6400 only has an electronic shutter. This one has the electronic front curtain shutter, first curtain. So automatically, I think the 6400's out, dude. Look at this, up to 15 FPS at maximum. So 15, 11, and 20. The Fujifilm is coming out on top. If you need a viewfinder though, you got to go with the R50. 14-bit bit depth, internal recording. This shoot, I think this is 6K right here. Wow. Yeah, I say the Fujifilm wins, dude. 10-bit. It shoots 12-bit RAW? What? Wow. That's pretty. The Fujifilm is looking nice, bro. This does have recording limits, though. Ooh, look at that. That sucks. 45-minute in 1080p HFR, whatever HFR is. Ryan Social, what up, Ryan Social? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Doc, hey, boss question. I got the R50 with one battery. Do you recommend? I do not recommend aftermarket batteries. Batteries is one area where I definitely don't try to save money on. I only buy Canon branded or first party batteries. I have a 6700 with a Viltrox 56. I don't need anything else. Thank you for sharing, Rafael Reyes. Thank you for sharing. You suggested R50 for me for run and gun and interview talking heads. R50V, but the R50 is nice too. What about the Sony A7C? What about it, buddy? A7C is nice. A7C2 is out as well. I was thinking about the same thing, but wanted to confirm with you. Yeah, the R50V, if you want to do anything with video, the R50V for sure. Yeah, I would never spend us try to save money on aftermarket batteries. For sure. Cadence, my budget is for the G7X Mark III only. Should I get it? Probably not. G7X Mark III is super expensive. I'm using a ZV-E1 and an A7C. I want to take photos of the Milky Way. Which ultra wide should I buy? Manual focus is okay. Probably like a 9mm or a what's it called? A 14mm, a 10mm, something super wide. The Lao Wow, or the Lao Wow, I think is what it's called. The 10mm. Everybody loves that one right now. Lao Wow lens. Oh wow, look, I spelled it right. Yeah, everybody's loving this lens right now. Thank you for the heartbeat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, I got the what is it? The poll over here on the YouTube lands. Is this your first camera? 60% of you say yes. 40% of you say no. There's only 5 votes though, not that many people. 8 viewers though. 8 viewers on YouTube. Let's see. With a budget of $1,500 for sports photography, what do you recommend? I'd probably be looking at a nice lens. So I would be looking at like at least the 70 to 180 from Tamron. You can find that for like $600 to $800. Maybe no, probably more actually, like $1,000. I was looking at it earlier. How much is the Tamron, guys? Tamron 70 to 180. Ooh, it's $1,000. You can find it for $900 used. So I'd be first looking at a lens and then looking at spending the remainder on the cheapest camera body I could find. What lens for the A7 IV? 24 to 70 for sure. What do you think about the Sony 6700 for YouTube and content creation? 67 is solid, bro. That's like second to the A7, the FX30. The 6700 is the best camera, APS-C camera that Sony makes. Question though, I bought an aftermarket dummy one for streaming. Am I good with that? Yeah. First, they don't really sell first-party dummy batteries. I use third-party dummy batteries all the time. 100%. What 2x lens would you pair with the R50V? 2 times? What are you talking about? .8 is good for the Milky Way? Yeah. I don't do astrophotography, so I'd be looking at that. But in terms of like super wide lenses, they do make some other ones, I guess. But 2.8 f2 f1.8, you're pretty low there. Michael P. Libby, what up? How's South America, man? Hey man, if I voted, I could swing the votes for sure. How you doing? Just joining. Appreciate it, bro. Good to see you back in here. Sir, what do you think of the M6 Mark II with an EFM lens for YouTube vlogs and reels? Do you already have that? I wouldn't buy that new though. YouTube, hi, I'm looking to upgrade from my old Canon DSLR, and I have 2 options, basically lens versus body. Okay. If you could choose 2 lenses for the R50V, what would you choose? Oh, got it. For the R50V, I own all the lenses I would ever want for the R50V. Maybe there's one that I would want still. This is the lens that I really enjoy. I have it right here next to me. This is the 17-40 Sigma. And then I'd probably choose, bro, no cap, the 23 millimeter, this guy right here. These are really, really nice lenses. If you're looking for a cheaper option, the 18-50, that's this guy right here. By the way, guys, I have this list already curated. If you're on YouTube, you can find the list of all the things that I'm looking at is the first link in the description. If you're on TikTok, you can check it out in the link in bio. I got my storefront right there where I made a list of all of the things that I recommend and all of the things that I own. And also the 16 millimeter Sigma. Yeah, these are fantastic lenses. Doing good, man. It's been a rainy day, working on pictures and listening to your stream. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, over here it snowed today. There was a flurry. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, today it snowed. Julia, did it snow over there for you? Sony A7 V with using as a hybrid pics and vids, 24-70. For sure. I want to buy a 17-40, but out of stock. Should I just wait or buy a prime lens with the 35 f1.2? Ooh, 35 f1.2. Ooh, Yata Om. Ooh, that one just made my hair stick up a little bit, man. That 35 f1.2, even the f1.4 is 35 millimeter is one of my favorite focal lengths of all time, man. Hello, brother. No, thank goodness it was super cold and windy though. Yeah, it flurried here for a little bit. At first it rained, and then there was like, you remember that snow that's like big clumps of snow coming from the sky? That's the kind of snow we got today. It didn't last though. It was only for a couple of hours and it didn't even stick, you know? I'm picking up the Tamron 28-75 G2 on Saturday. Eventually gonna save up. Nice, dude. Bro, Fernando, if you like that lens, man, you might not even ever pick up the G Master, you know? Just because it's really tough to notice the difference, man. I would say if you can afford it on the first go, just get the nicer lens, but the 28-75. What lens are you using for IRL streams? Probably a 15-35 or a 16-35 and a 24-70. PM Media, can you help me activate Vlog on Lumix GH5? I don't think I can help you, and I don't know why you're yelling. It snowed and rained here. Sigh. Yeah, it was a little cold today. Well, with the rain, it's been cold today. Does it make the dirt roads really muddy? I live on a long dirt road, so yeah, I hear you. A humbling reminder, it's not summer. No, but it's almost spring, Shara. 24-70 Sigma or Sony G. If you can afford the G Master, get the G Master. What lens should I buy next for a Fuji X-T30 that came with the 15-35? I want something that zooms. You have the kit lens, right? The 18-50 is nice. Do you want further reach, Adrian? Like, do you want something that reaches further? It's all Punxsutawney Phil's. Punxsutawney Phil needs to retire. We need to get AI for that. I think AI... Did you know, Julia, that Punxsutawney Phil, he's only right like 30% of the time? I'm like, that guy needs to be fucking fired, dude. What's the use of a camera monitor for video? Monitoring your video. Comment from YouTube. All right, YouTube. 10 viewers. Welcome in. Welcome in. You guys that are just joining over on the YouTube land, the way that this works is if you have any camera questions or you're thinking about buying a camera, let me know and we will look at a couple of cameras together and I'll try to answer any questions that you may have. And I'll try to give you an answer that's tailored to your personal situation scenario. So in order for me to do that though, what I need is I need to know what your budget is and also what you plan on shooting. So if you have a camera in mind, let me know what that camera is, what your budget is for the camera, and what you want to do with it. I bought a R50. Should I buy a 50 millimeter? 50 millimeters really punched in is what I tell people that I feel like people always forget to, I feel like people always forget to account for the crop factor. I do portraits, weddings, currently using a 6D, which the R6. Nana, R6. What camera are you using for the live? A Canon R10. Are you doing page reviews? No page reviews. Mike, I don't do free page reviews anymore, Mike. They recommend me that lens. Sony 67 or Fuji XT33. Ooh, I'd probably look at the XT33 if I'm being honest, guys. The Fujifilm XT33 is looking more and more tempting. That or which one, the 6700? No, there's something about this camera though, man. It's $1,000. It records in 6K open gate, I think. Does it have IBIS? I don't think it has IBIS, does it? No, it doesn't. At least it doesn't say it does. The XT30 is nice though. How much is the 67? 67 is like $1,200, right? Are you streaming in 4K? Clear video looks good. Appreciate it, man. No, this is 1080-30. I am in 1080-30. Indian wedding mostly, video cinematic at 1080 and slow-mo thinking A7 IV. A7 IV is nice, dude. A7 IV is nice. Sigma released the 15mm as kind of the V2 from the 16-14, but lighter. You think it's worth upgrading? I don't. I am going to purchase the 15mm f1.4, and that's from a guy. I'm not upgrading. I just want to buy it to like check it out. Because it's pretty affordable. It's like $500, but I own 3 of the 16mm f1.4. And I'm buying a 15 not to upgrade, but just to check it out. I don't think it's worth an upgrade though. I don't own that lens, and it is on my short list. But from not having it and just looking at it, I don't think it's worth an upgrade if you're happy with your 16mm. It's very good quality. Yeah, 1080-30 is what I'm in right now. All my cameras right now are in 1080-30. 1080-30, 1080-30. This just kind of goes to show you my settings are at like the lowest ISO 200, 60, the shutter speed is at 60, and the frame rate is at 30 FPS. And then I have lights. Oh, by the way, guys, look at this. I made a little thing right here that you guys might think is cool. I spent a little time on it, so I'm kind of proud of it. Check this out. So I made a little example of my lighting and my rig here. So this is what my lighting situation currently looks like. So this is me sitting at this desk right here with my computer. And then currently I have this light turned off. If I turn it on, it looks like this. But what I have is this big light right here, which is very similar to that light back there. And then I have this tube light, and then I have this light flashing on the wall back up there. And that kind of looks like this. I decided to go with orange because it kind of looks better. And then this little round thing is that tube light right there. And then I don't have this light turned on. Maybe I should turn it on. Should I turn it on? Just to add a little bit of color. Not too much, not too much. It's the little things, you know? The little things. I spent about an hour drawing that thing out, by the way, guys. Huh? Ooh. Is the R6 Mark III good for action photos like mountain bike? You're gonna take an R6 Mark III on a mountain bike, bro? Wild. But yes. Would you say buying off Facebook is marketplace is reliable? No, I would not say that. I have M3, but mostly it lacks stability. Okay. For lenses, I don't recommend buying expensive stuff on sketchy websites, Shara. For real, for real. Just trying to keep it a buck. Did you self-taught yourself photography, or did you go to college or take courses? I took courses, and then I did a lot of YouTube University. Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess the reason why I was showing you this, I forgot why I was showing you this, is because when it comes to like creating a nice image, it does require a lot of light, like a ton of light. Actually, you guys want to see what this looks like when I shut all the lights off? Let's see. Obviously, it's going to be dark, but all right. So let me cut off these lights, and then I'll cut off this light, and then I can't shut off that light, but it gets super duper dark, and this is what the image looks like with very little lighting. Then as soon as I kick it on and kick my light on, it starts to look a lot better. So it does take a lot of light to create a nice image, man. It really does. Should I invest in a new lens for the Sony ZV instead of the kit lens? You should, absolutely. Everybody should get a new lens after the kit lens. Spend time with your kit lens. Understand what focal lengths you like the best, and then if find a nice cheap prime lens. The light positioning is brilliant. We're getting a Fujifilm X-T5 with a Fujifilm XF16 to 80 f4 WN16 be a good deal. That sounds like the kit, Brian. Is that the kit? That sounds like the kit to me. Which lens was it? The 16 to 80? This one? It sounds like a scam. Is what that sounds like. Is that in USD? Because that combo that you just said is $2,500. Big Texas, what up, Big Texas? Yo, you've been busy, right? Pumping that oil out of the ground. God damn, bro. Good to see you, bro. Is it from an actual friend, Brian? If it's from an actual friend, then yeah, it's a pretty good deal. But if it's from a friend, somebody that you don't know, somebody's trying to rob you, man. What's the best vlogging camera? What kind of vlogging do you want to do? I still recommend the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for people that are vloggers. Low-key, cool vibe, dark like that. I recently bought a Leica TL box with all the accessories, including contemplating taking it. Okay. 15 to 35 or 85. Big Texas, what are you doing, bro? What are you getting into, bro? You already have an 85, right? You have your 85 one too, don't you? What do you need the 15 to 35 for? What are you getting into, broski? You starting to make content? The 15 to 35 is nice though. I have one of those. It's the 15 to 35 is my most used lens. Oh, you want to trade? You want to get rid of your 85? You just not use it as much? I use my 85 f1.2. I use it like once or twice a year. But I tell you that when I use it, I'm very happy that I own it. You know what I mean? But I can see somebody that doesn't do it professionally, why it would make sense to get rid of, because it's an expensive lens. And you can get an 80 much cheaper, a lens that costs a fraction of the price. The 15 to 35 is really nice though. What is 85 for? 85 on a full frame sensor is, in my opinion, one of the best focal lengths for portraits and professional portraits. I use it for that reason. So whenever I have a portrait shoot, I dust off my 85 millimeter. Really, really nice. Ooh woo. Yeah, and you own the 7200 for that. You're gonna lose the f1.2 100%. Bro, I think that you could probably get rid of your 85 if you sell it privately. You could probably get the 15 to 35 and an 85 f2 and be like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Or the 45 f1.2. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you don't actively work as a portrait photographer, having an 85 is, or like, you know, making an income from your photography, having an 85 f1, that's a $3,000 lens, guys. Maybe 2,700. How much does it cost? Let's see, RF 85 millimeter f1.2. I'm gonna guess 2,500. Jesus! Wow! Wow. Look at this shit, boys. I do like looking at this lens. I spend more time looking at it than I do using it, though. I like showing people the optics of this fucking lens. Look at this, dude. Ooh. Ooh. 85 f1.2, boys. Yeah, I did not know that they went up in price like that, man. I paid 24. I think I didn't pay 31. I can tell you that, Big Texas. I paid like 27 or 28 back. This was 2-3 years ago, though. I've had this lens for a long time. And during that time, I've used it for more things, but for paid work, for paid stuff, I only use it a couple times a year. Do you use a cam link for streaming? I use Elgato products for streaming. In this setup, I'll show you what I use, actually. I use something that looks like, I actually have my workstation set up here. For my streaming setup, I use something that looks like, is it here? It's an Elgato product. Where is it? Why didn't I add it here? I should just add it here, huh? Maybe it's in my streaming setup. I use something that looks like this. Except mine, I don't think they make anymore. It's an Elgato 4K internal capture card. So this hooks up to the inside of my PC. The one that I have is 4 ports, though. So the 85 is going to be like tight scenery. It's like the ideal portrait lens. Like when you think of a professional portrait lens, you can ask any professional photographer. They're either going to say the 50 or the 85, but the 85 is the one that has that really nice compression. Never take mine out. I think I got more use out of the 15 to 35. Yeah, do you own the 15 to 35 now? I use my 15 to 35, bro, more than any other lens. But again, you know, Big Texas, you know this as good as I do, as well as I do, is that like my use case is going to be very different than everybody else's use case here, which is something that is like important to keep in mind, right? Because when I have a recommendation, I'm coming from a perspective of I use my cameras to make money, right? Like every single day I use my cameras. So, with that being said, the 15 to 35 is my most used lens because I like the 15 wide, and then the 35 is my favorite all-time focal length. So having the super wide, I take the 15 to 35 with me everywhere because I never know what kind of situation I'm gonna be in. So if I'm going to be in a small area where I need to capture a ton of people in frame, the 15 and 24 in the 15 to 35 is really nice for that. And then the 35 f2.8 is good enough that I can take a half body portrait of somebody, you know? I want to do 4K for streaming, but people say the ZV-E10 overheats, so is it worth it? Right now I'm streaming in 1080p, and I think this looks great. 4K streaming is kind of like, in my opinion, a little overkill. The ZV-E10 is probably gonna overheat on you, but I don't know why people say that cameras overheat. Well, I mean, I guess it's a small body, so I can stream in 4K, but I choose not to just because 1080 30 looks great, you know. But the ZV-E10 probably will overheat on you. The ZV-E10 2 might do better, but not by a lot. So if I want to do cinematics like car events, etc., I need a bigger number. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, Shara. Is there a huge difference between the R6 Mark III and the Mark II? Yes, there is. I think I used more the 70 to 200 more than anything, but I really need a wide angle lens. Yeah, so the 15 to 35, I mean, you know, is definitely a good option, bro. But they also sell a cheaper version. I think it's a, is it a 16? RF 16 to 35. I think it's this one. They do sell one that is a little bit less expensive, bro. 16 to 28 STM. It's not exactly 35, right? But it's half the price. Because let's see, how much is this? How much is the 15 to 35? Let's find out. Can't believe those prices went up, dude. I'm gonna say 25. 24. This one's about right. This one stayed about the same. Yeah, that lens is my most used. I don't know where I have it right now. That's this bad boy right here. 15 to 35. I use this lens. This lens I'll probably never ever get rid of just because it's so versatile and so valuable to me. But yeah, 15 to 35 this is the one. She's big though. She's like a big lens, man. I'm not gonna lie. I heard people do a rig with a fan or something. It helps prevent overheating. Yeah, I actually have a little fan. This little fan right here, check this out. I had to use it the other day because I was using OpenGate. I was filming in 7K. And I was using a camera that doesn't have a fan. And this little guy really fucking worked, dude. It has like power. It has its independent power and stuff. And then when you click it on, the fan just turns on. And the way that this thing works, I think you can find this for like 20 bucks. And the way it works is, say you have a camera that doesn't have a fan on it, like this guy right here. And I like this brand right here, this Ulanzi brand, because it just wedges into the back of the camera like this. And I have a couple of these just in case. Actually, this brand Ulanzi sent these out to me. So now when your camera starts to overheat or whatever, it starts to work, and now you have like the cooling. I don't know if that's a good there we go. See, you guys see the fan working there? Come on, there it is. And they sell other ones that are not, they don't wedge in there, and that's kind of annoying, so this one right here is spring loaded, and it fits on every. It needs to be on a camera that has a flip out screen though. That's one thing I should tell you. The other brands don't have the spring loaded thing. I heard people do. Yep. Hey, bro. Osiris, what up? That's nice. For the ZV-10, people are using USB-C caps out at 720. What do you mean? Yeah. So if you use a USB-C from your camera, so basically when you guys use USB-C directly into your PC, it typically has a cap. In order for you to get 1080p or 4K, you need to use an HDMI. That is true. Some cameras limitations are different. Like for example, all of my cameras here, when I use just a USB-C to USB to my PC, it acts as a webcam, but it only shoots at max out at 1080p. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Oh, you already did it. Did you do that like a even swap? For the even swap, I probably wouldn't say that was a good trade. I wouldn't have done that trade. 3,000 for 2,300. I would have sold it privately. Big Texas is back, Malik. He's been missing, bro. He's been missing because he's pumping oil out the fucking ground. You prefer zoom or prime lenses? I like both. I use zooms whenever I need zooms, and I use primes whenever I want primes. I guess to say that, like, if I had to prefer one, nah, I can't really pick one. I like a 35 millimeter though. Would a 15 to 35 be good? Shara, remind me what camera you have, Shara. Mine was 24. The 15 to 35 is 24. Yeah, I know, but that's what you bought it for. But it's worth. I think you did fine, man. It really depends if you're happy with it, right? If you're happy with it. If it was an even trade, a used lens for a new lens, and you're happy with it, then you did it, Ben. Then you did it. And if you ever need an 85 for whatever reason, bro, you can get the 85 RF, which is a lens that I have, and I use that a lot more than my 85 prime, bro, or that my 85 f1.2. Where is it? This lens right here, bro. This lens right here. If you ever need an 85 for whatever reason, just throw this in your bag. It's an STM. This one's nice, dude. It's macro too. I did a lot of work with this lens. Yeah, Big Texas. So yeah, you know. You don't need my opinion, bro. You did it, man. You did it, and if you're happy with the choice, then yeah. But if you're asking me if I would have done it, no, I probably wouldn't have done it. Bro, should I get a 23 f2.8 or 27 2.8 for my Fuji? 23, I like the 23. Any thoughts on the Canon R10? I love the R10. I'm using the R10 right now. I got my first camera body. Now should I go with? Now I should go with which lens? What camera did you buy, bro? 9 viewers on YouTube. Oh, by the way, Big Texas, I started multi-streaming, broski. I finally did it, man. I finally did it. One of the polls that I got over on YouTube, guys, is this your first camera? 31% yes, say yes, and 69 giggity say no. My 85 is gone, bro. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of my 85 unless I fell on some really hard times. I probably wouldn't get rid of my 85. I probably wouldn't get rid of my 85 because I am happy that I have it when I need it that couple times a year. You know. R6 Mark III. Oh, sick, bro. Can I get an up on my work, bro? HGD Harry. I'm not doing reviews, broski. I don't do free reviews. I am going to be doing portfolio reviews on YouTube and TikTok Live, but they're going to be for, what are they called? The channel points or perks or whatever. The gifted subs. I don't know the lingo. But they will be done over on YouTube. I want to get into shooting cars. Tight budget. Was looking at the Osmo 3. Sick. You should try it, Caleb. Is it possible to shoot professional with a 67 plus a Sigma 30? Yeah, it is. It is possible. Yes, it is absolutely possible. I like the 23 millimeter a little bit more, but the 30 is nice. Yeah, the 30 is definitely nice. By the way, guys, if you are just joining, I am currently multi-streaming out to YouTube and TikTok. The cameras that I'm using right now are the R50 up here for YouTube with a 16 millimeter prime. And for TikTok land, I got the Canon R10 with a 23 millimeter Sigma. I also have a top-down lens camera right here. That is the R50. R50V with a 18 to 50 millimeter Sigma lens. A little too tight here. This is a really nice lens as well. The camera that I'm holding in my hand, if you're curious, is another R50V with a 17 to 40 millimeter lens. This is my everyday carry, actually. Big Texas, since you haven't been here for a while, bro, I haven't gotten any new cameras, so that's a good thing. I said that in 2026 I wasn't going to buy any new cameras. I have all the cameras I need. And there's nothing really on the horizon except for... Actually, I lied. There is a couple things on the horizon. I want to look at the R7 Mark II and the R8 Mark II. And I saw rumors for the R5 Mark III. I'll probably wait on the R5 Mark III, though. Like, I won't buy it first day, you know? Or day one, I should say. What film camera like POS that's gonna give me disposable pic quality? I don't know, bro. Probably a disposable camera. Any good cheap lenses? I want to try to get into sports photography. Tamron 70 to 180. For travel, monuments, girlfriend portraits, beach, park, street, indoor, what lens? 24 to 70 for sure, Leanne. What do you think would have only been the letdowns that I may have with this setup compared to the full frame equivalent? What camera do you have? I forgot already. Comment from YouTube. All right, comment from YouTube. I want to get into sports photography and fast action, but I am on a budget of 2,000. What would be good? Probably the 6700 or the R7, bro. If anything. Yeah, 2,000 is a good budget, dude. An R7 you can probably get for like 1,100, 1,200 bucks, or a 6700. Those are really nice fast shooting cameras, and then get a decent little lens. You're probably going to be about $800. If your budget is super tight, go with the Sony. Looking forward to the R7 M3. Yeah, me too. Me too. I think you need another camera, bro. Maybe an R3. Nah, I don't have a use for those kind of full-bodied cameras like that because it's not the kind of photography that I do. Like an R3, like I would be at like FIFA, you know what I mean? Or the NFL. If I had unlimited money, I would definitely go for the R1 though. I didn't get my question answered. I'm a new photographer, but I direct jumps R6 Mark III. Don't know the lens. R6 Mark III is a nice camera. Don't know lens. And what are you trying to photograph or film, ASF? I just got my 17 to 70. Nice, dude. What do you think about it? Monty. Hello, Monty. Congratulations, buddy. What do you think of the Tamron? I like that lens. What, the f2.8, Leanne? Yeah, the Tamron. This lens is really tempting, dude. Tamron did a nice job with this. They have another one. Tamron. If it was available for my mount, I would buy it. but I do like this one a lot. Yeah, and it isn't crazy expensive either. I like this a lot. They have another one, 35 to 150 f2 to f2.8, that is also really tempting. Oh, this is brand new. It's not even out yet. Look at this. When I saw this, I was like, ooh. Yeah, I like that a lot. For city view, but private use. 24 to 70, bro. ASF, 24 to 70. Madison. Hello, Madison. Just started getting into photography. I have a Canon T3i with a nifty 50. I can't wait to upgrade. Why do you want to upgrade from the T3i, Madison? Today, guys, an FYI, an update on my streaming journey. TikTok, for the past week and a half, has been really, really low view count, and YouTube has been dominating. But today, right now, this current stream, TikTok is winning over YouTube for the first time in a while. I have been streaming twice a day for the past week, though, just testing out new stream times. And YouTube is popping in the morning. You guys are just getting out of bed. Shutter speed mainly. Yeah, that makes sense. Madison, put this on. Go to your computer. I don't know who has a printer nowadays, but go to a computer and print this image out. This is your next camera that you should upgrade to. This guy right here. You should make this your goal. Unless you want to go big, Madison. Print this image and put it up on your bathroom mirror so you look at it every day. If you're on YouTube, you guys are watching me actually on the R50 with a 16 millimeter. And if you're on TikTok, I'm using a R10 with a 23 millimeter. I've been looking at that one. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. If you want one, this is the one. This is the one, the R50. It isn't the greatest and best camera, but like in terms of just getting going and like learning, this is where I tell people to start. I tell people not to waste their money on the Rebel cameras. I know that they're cheap, but what happens is you buy them, you get them in your hand, you start using it, and then you realize like, damn, this is really limiting. I wish I would have saved my $300-400 and just bought something that was already better out the gate, you know? Malik, what up, Malik? Wait, I got an R50. R50 is nice, bro. For a beginner, make a video, sir. You have recommended. I don't know what you're saying, me. Tay, what up, Tay? I just got this. I love my R50 is sick, bro. R50 is nice. I'm using an R50 right now on YouTube. YouTube R50, TikTok R10. This young photographer selling me an R50 for $350. Nice, dude. That's a great deal, bro. Congratulations, Malik. Pete, my friend just bought the T7 kit for $12. Fuck, dude. Dude, I really think, Malik, man, you've heard me say this plenty of time, man, that Canon is definitely scamming people with the T7s, dude. It's, I don't want to say it's criminal, but it's definitely predatory. R50V is sick, bro. I started with a Rebel T7 but upgraded to the R50. Yeah, it's a pretty common, like Dods, how long did you have your T7 for? What's the biggest difference between the R50 and the everything, Madison? Do not buy the R100. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I got it right here, actually. The R100, this thing's fucking garbage. It's for people that don't know nothing. This camera is for you to give as a gift to your 12-year-old niece. This camera is for making fun of. And people say, is like, why do you hate on the R100? Because it sucks. That's why. It's very simple. It's not very complicated. It doesn't have any features. Do not buy this camera. Don't do it. I take pictures of my cats with it. That's what I do with it. I appreciate the heads up. I got you. I got you. Malik already knows. Did I hear the R100? I literally yelled at him because the R6 is, yo, you can find the R6 for 1,000, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think I should board on during a family session on beach day. Ooh, that sucks, bro. Sony 67 or the Sony A3? I'd probably go with the 67, Diego. Appreciate the heads up. R100 is for kids. I think it's for children and for like gifts, you know? I think it's for like anybody that's under 14 years old. That's who I'd give it to, truthfully. 5 years, but like you said, very limited and wanted more shutter speed, using mainly for photos. Thoughts on the Just Mar, the ZVE 10-2? Thumbs up, bro. The ZVE 10-2 is nice. I have one myself. I used it in my... I'll go get it. This is my everyday bag, by the way, guys. She's big. Yeah, this is my ZVE 10-2 right here. $23mm lens. Quickly becoming my new favorite focal length, actually. Quickly becoming... Hey, YouTube is catching up. What up, YouTube? For those of you guys just joining on the YouTube front, hello, hello. The way that this live works is basically if you have any questions about any cameras that you're thinking about purchasing, let me know and I'll try my best to answer the question specifically for your situation. The things that I need to know from you is what camera you're thinking about buying, what your budget is, and what you plan on using the camera for. And I'll go through the all of my my websites here to see if I can find a camera made specifically for your situation. Whether you want to be like a content girly, a gym bro, a streamer, photographer, headshots, portraits, I can definitely help you find a camera that's right for you that fits within your budget. Fresh. Is the Lumix G87 good for music video? I don't know about the G87. Somebody was asking me about that earlier. What does the G87 have? That one's coming around like a lot. Let me look at it. Lumix G87. Is that like an old camera? 16 megapixels. Ooh. Widely regarded as the best, as the budget-friendly option for videographers and content creators. Often available in the used market for $300. That's super cheap. Oh, 20 megapixels. G97. What did you say? 97 or 67? You said 97, right? 87. My bad. There's a G85. They probably don't make it anymore, huh? I'd probably just get a R50V, man. For real. Like, why are people getting this Lumix when the R50V exists? I would get this, the R50V, for real, for real. R50V right here. $600. Hell yeah. Easy. Easy. Lumix S9. Ooh, Lumix S9 is kind of cool. I'd be concerned with the Lumix S9. What do you want to use? Who is that? Zaid Khan. What do you want to use the Lumix S9 for? I'd be concerned with overheating in long recording sessions, but the Lumix S9 is cool, man. Also, they make a bunch of cool colors. Like, I was really looking at the Lumix. If I had unlimited money, I would buy a Lumix S9. See if I can find. Here we go. Yeah, look at these. I'd buy this brown one. Look at this brown one. They also got it in pink. Malik, this is your color right here, Malik. Pink. Or maybe this is more your style, Malik. Julia, I know Julia would definitely get the white. Big Texas, he'd probably get something boring like the black. You didn't read my comment on YouTube. My bad, bro, my bad. What's your username on YouTube? Oh, Big Texas. My bad, bro. They don't come in normally. Appreciate you checking out the YouTube. It's funny that your name is the same. Do you zoom in and out with your camera or what? What do you mean? I zoom in and out with lenses. Is the Canon EOS Rebel T7 good for pictures? I don't recommend any Rebel cameras, Merrick. On this live, do you zoom in and out with your camera or what? No. The only zoom lens I have is this guy right here, this top-down shot. And this is a zoom lens right here. The lens actually zooms. But for these cameras over here, these are actually prime lenses. Is there a can't? No, it is not. Haha, Lil Clips. What's your thoughts on the A7 III and the 7300 as a budget setup for 13-year-old sports? Do it, buddy. Do it, little bro. Hasselblad so far is the dream camera. Hasselblad is like owning a Bugatti to me. It looks cool though. It definitely looks cool, but I would prefer a Leica personally. But back to the S9 though, I would do the S9. It's really, really cool. I'd be concerned with two things. The grip is an issue. It has zero grip, super small, super compact, but that's a plus. And the second thing would be the overheating. But look at that. This shit looks nice, dude. The brown with the gold. Shit looks clean. Look at how cool you look. If you have this camera, you could be this cool guy right here. Yeah, she's pretty, man. Oh, and it shoots open gate too. And it does shoot open gate. Big Texas. Did I miss any more comments on YouTube? I don't think so. I'm here from TikTok. Big Texas, big photo. Thoughts on the Sony ZV-E10? Thumbs up. Would you recommend an S5 IIX? Yes, I would. For content social media lover over the S5 II. I need to remember what the actual benefits are. I know the S5 IIX is more video focused, but I don't remember exactly what was the... There actually wasn't even that big of a price difference either, was there? CJ Visuals, can you remind me? Let's look at it. Lumix S5 II. So let's add this to compare. And then let's add the S5 IIX. Here we go. Yeah, the prices were like almost the same, bro. Yeah. Let's find out what the differences are. Same sensor. It has IBIS. These cameras are insane, by the way. These Lumix cameras, these are really impressive. I don't know what you're paying for extra. It has more recording. It has more features in the recording section. No, it doesn't. I'd have to look at these line by line, but they look to be exactly the same. This one has 10-bit via USB. Got it. And it has 12-bit via HDMI. So this, okay. So I don't know why this is incredible. If this is worth an extra $200 for you. Oh, and you can stream with this one via the USB-C. If the price difference isn't that important to you, I would just get the more expensive one. Just to have absolutely the best of the best of the best with honor, sir. But essentially it's the exact same camera for an extra $200. So hi from Mauritius. I don't even know how to say that country's name. But I'm an R50 at the moment, getting used to the mirrorless world now. Sick, bro. What's your setup for this TikTok live? This is a Canon R10 with a 23mm Sigma lens. And over on YouTube, I'm using a R50 with a 16mm Sigma lens. 24 to 70 lens. What will be my next lens? 70 to 200. You guys got to complete the holy trinity of lenses. Watching from South Africa. Hello from South Africa. Hello from the United States. That's my new favorite sound, guys, the clapping sound. Would you take that over the A7 IV? I would take the Lumix over the A7 IV. Yeah, sure. Because I think they're the same price. This shoots open gate. 6K, 7K open gate, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I would choose this over the... People are like, you don't even use open gate. Shut up. You shut your mouth. Yeah, this shoots 6K, bro. 6K at 24. Oh, and 6K at 30. Look at that. Yeah, shoots open gate 30. 10-bit. 8 and 10-bit. Look at this. ProRes. Fuck, dude. Yeah, it shoots in everything, dude. Madison, could you explain what a crop sensor is and how it affects the image? Yeah, sure. I can probably draw it up, actually. Let me see. So we'll say that a crop sensor is... we'll say it's like this, right? So it's small. It's this big. We'll say that a full frame sensor is like this. Much larger, right? So when you're looking at a full frame sensor, if you had to guess, when it comes to photography is dictated. Photography essentially means drawing with light. If you break down the word in like its Latin definition, right? So drawing with light, and that's where the word photography comes from. Photography and videography requires a lot of light coming in to generate and create the best image. That's why cameras struggle in a low light. If you had to guess which camera sensor, a small sensor like the APS-C or a large sensor like a full frame camera would let in more light. Not a trick question. Obviously, the larger sensor would let in more light. So typically, larger full frame sensors are gonna have higher quality image, but that doesn't mean that APS-C sensors are shitty or anything like that. It just means that they get less light. Another thing that is to consider is like, if you have an image that is, let's see if I can have an element. Let's just pick something. Do I have photos here? A photo will like punch in an image, right? So like if you look at this full frame right here of this image right here, what happens is if you consider this to be a full frame, an image taken with a full frame sensor like this, you're gonna get this field of view. Okay, this entire field of view here. So coming from, let's see if I can draw. Where's my drawing tools? tools, drawing. So the full frame is going to capture the entire frame like this. Now, when you use the, how do I switch over? Select. I wish I knew the shortcuts. If you take a full frame sensor, you're only going to get this image that's in this position to the front. If you move this to the like a crop sensor like this, you're only going to get the image that is inside of this view right here. Right? And what's going to happen is when you import that image or whatever, you're going to get like a super zoomed in look that looks like this, much closer into the actual image, instead of the entire image field of view. Billy Irish, how is overseas for you, buddy? How are you? Welcome in. Not being I didn't think you were thinking I was condescending, bro. Now I'm thinking you think I was being condescending, you son of a bitch. Pouring rain in Silver. It was raining. It was snowing over here, Billy Irish. It was raining over here today too, broski. Snowing, actually, I should say. Do you also suggest compact cameras? A couple, yeah, a couple. Open gate buzzword in 2026. Billy Irish, this is coming from somebody, from you, sir, that owns 2 cameras with open gate, sir. It is a buzzword, though. I do agree. I'm happy that I have open gate, though. But I'm surprised how many more cameras have open gate now that I've kind of come across it more often than before. Sony is the only camera brand that doesn't have open gate. At least it seems like, right? Seriously, great explanation. ASF 7200, 75-300. My next step will be that 75 to 300. That lens is buns, bro. That makes sense. Thanks. Pouring rain. What are some editing softwares like Lightroom? That's what I use, Madison. I use Lightroom. I use Lightroom to edit my photos. What do you think about the Lumix Z799? I've never even looked at that camera. Let's take a look at it. Probably not much. That's a little point and shoot. Okay. 2025. Ooh, has a little Leica lens on it. $699. Okay. I think it looks cute. That's about it. It seems expensive for what it is, though. $699. If I'm looking at point and shoots, you guys, $699 for this. I'm looking at the PowerShot, man. The PowerShot V1. Like, if I want a point and shoot, I'm getting this guy. If I were to get any kind of point and shoot, I'd be looking at this guy right here. Need to get off Lightroom, but nothing export reads their libraries. I need to get off Lightroom. I like Lightroom. Just picked up a Lumix S5. Sick! Congratulations, Chris. What do you think about it, bro? The S5 II is nice, man. I have an old G12 somewhere, seriously underused. Madison, Darkroom, GIMP free softwares like Lightroom more easy to use. I don't think Lightroom is hard to use. If you're looking for free, though, you know. I'm still on Lightroom Classic. Yeah, me too. Best budget camera for $400. I don't know about $400, bro. 400 is what's that little fluffy thing for? It's a mic cover. So what goes on top here is what's under here is like 2 little holes, and that's where the mic comes in. And if wind is going over it without that fluff, you can hear like. So all this does is the wind cover, and it just it keeps the sound, keeps the sound quality up. It doesn't. It's not the best. Scratch audio is never what I would tell people to go for, but in a pinch, this little wind muffins thing, I think it looks kind of cool. It comes off, by the way. Dead cat, yeah. Wind muff. And Lightroom Cloud doesn't use their desktop libraries. Okay. I don't know what that means, Billy Irish. I've been using Lightroom for 6 years, and I've never had any issues. Or dead mouse at that size. Stockton. Why what? Why what, Stockton? I've been using it since day one. Congratulations, Billy Irish. You win the old man prize today, sir. I don't know how to one-up you on using Lightroom from day one. Yeah, but I've never had any issues with it, man. Never had any issues with it. Just got a red digital Cinema V Raptor 10. It's on sale. Nice. How much? But I thought I could migrate to cloud as I thought it would support. I keep all of my photos on a NAS system, a network attached storage. And I export and import everything in and out of that. But I guess if you have 20 years worth, 30 years worth of projects, it could probably add up. But I guess I've never needed to do anything like that, Billy Irish. What software can do that? Said get that instead of what you were recommending. Then the Lumix? Because this camera is better. It just came out in December. It's $899, and that other one was $700. So I'd buy this for $200 more for sure. I think it's 45K. I have a few 30 terabyte RAID storage systems. Cool. And wanted to move to editing on an iPad. Okay, got it. But you needed to move your entire 30 terabyte drive to the cloud? Is that a reasonable ask, Billy Irish? Moving 30 terabytes of storage to cloud? And I wanted to move editing. That was their answer. 24 to 75 is $33.99, and 24 is $18. You have any suggestions on which gimbal I should use? For the R6 Mark III, you probably need the one of the bigger ones, like the RS4 Pro or the RS4, the RS5 that just came out. What SD cards do you recommend, or does it really matter? For SD cards, what I normally get is listed right here in my Amazon storefront. If you're on TikTok, you guys can find this in my link in bio. And if you're on YouTube, you can find this on the first link in the description. So I get Lexar media cards. V60 cards are a minimum. V90s, I've never had a use for V90s. Because when I need fast shooting speeds or like fast read and write speeds, I use a CF Express Type B card. These got expensive, dude. But this is the media storage that I currently use, guys. Permission to join. It's all good, bro. It's all good. I think it would be unreasonable to want to move everything, your entire library, like terabytes worth of data, over to like the cloud. But it sounds like you're doing something that I don't know what it is exactly, or not understanding exactly what you're trying to do. But again, from my personal experience, Billy Iris, we have to remember, right, that your experience and the issues and bottlenecks that you may encounter might not be what the average consumer might run into. For my experience, I'm a professional content creator. Like, I do this for money. Lightroom Mobile, Adobe Premiere Pro, and like everything from Adobe products has always served me well, which is why I've paid for their services for so long, because I like them. And also, I've used their tech support a couple of times when running into small hiccups, and they've always been able to help me. XG Sully, what up? What's the best camera setup for $1,500? Depends on what you want to do, Finny Can't. Yeah, depends on what you want to do, broski. But you guys, my time is up for tonight. I am about to bounce. If you are on a TikTok and you haven't followed already, please consider do so. Now is your opportunity to do that. Over on the YouTube world, I appreciate all of you guys for joining. I am about to log off. Billy Iris says, it was Adobe who suggested to move my entire library to the cloud, not me. Yeah, that'd be weird. They probably want your money, Billy Irish. They know that you got all that cash. Bye, have a good night. Appreciate you, Madison. Thank you so much. Julia, Big Texas, let me know how you like that 15 to 35, and let me know when you start creating content with that, broski. As always, guys, I'll be back tomorrow morning. I am switching up my streaming times, just testing out a couple new times. So you'll find me here tomorrow, bright and early, US time. And yeah, I'm out. Toodles.